Abaddon up there. We got like a level 1 brawl going on in this jungle right now.
Yeah, all until this glimpse happens, and then they're gone. No, a little blood grenade. Does he cookie to catch up? He might just kill Speed if he lands a cookie. Just needs to find some speed, eats a tango. They both do, and this is just a war of, you know, slaps. Nothing too strong. It's like when you and your sibling get upset.
It works out because topside, like Dawnbreaker versus Abaddon, you're perfectly fine if it's a 1v1, kind of both of the heroes. So they're both just trying to delay the other support from getting there, which now they both come up here. So it's just a pact, like, okay, fine, we'll continue this in the top lane.
This is a problem bottom. Fade just TP'd back to the tier 1 tower, and he got ripped up by the Ursa for a split second. If he dies in this lane, I mean, Aurora have kind of won the lane at that point, right? You can't play near the creep wave too heavily, too. If Panto gets that level 2, he just takes it over for him and the Ursa.
Yeah, it is the downside of revealing that this Undying's an offlaner too early. That's why a lot of teams like to pick it, but then you hide it to see like, oh, is it a support? Is it an offlaner? You know, what's going to happen? But they picked it with their second support, so then Aurora knew, oh, that's an Undying offlane, you know, grab Ursa, who's just not going to care about Tombstone. It's going to be perfectly fine down there, and we can now figure out another support to pair with him. And it is paying off right now. 13 and 6 on the carry Ursa. Your Undying offlane's got 3 last hits. That is not what you want from who's supposed to be a lane-dominating hero.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's... you never like to be down double digits, let's just say. Doubled or double digits, it's not a fun life to live. Top lane, Mira gets to that level 2, has that little shredder. You've got a Photic shield. You're not really going to be doing the damage onto the Abaddon. Maybe your target is ending up to be that disruptor. But Abaddon, not exactly the most mana to play with here. It is 110 mana for the Photic shield. Just to try and stop them from getting that kill. But again, it's probably target disruptor if they want to go and get something. What do you do here? What's like the audible for Wildcard this offlane?
I don't think there really is an audible. I think you continue to just do your best here. Even though we're talking about like coming out of the lane strong, the true timing is when these heroes start grouping together, especially with the level 6s on Bounty Hunter, who's Courier. Oh, almost died there. Plus the Static Storm. Like, there's a good combo there. Track plus Glimpse. You keep getting pickoffs. You have this fast-paced Leshrac. They have tools to get things going as the laning stage breaks down. But it's just easier if you're in the lead, right? That's why we're talking about, you know, come out of the lane strong. So it is going to be a little harder for them now that, you know, the off lane's going poorly. That means your Undying can't contribute as much. Your Bounty is probably a slow level 6. But in theory, you can't really change from that game plan. There's not like a, oh, now Bounty will play a different way. It's like, what do you mean? Track is my ultimate. This is what I do.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Speed here.
God, I love that voice line. Worth the bundle right there. But already, like, this just looks bad for the Undying. It is getting a little bit better. From the 3 CS that he had to the 11, he was able to kind of stand in lane and get some CS while he had that Tombstone down. That gives him a little bit of time to just secure some CS. But again, they are ahead on Aurora. It's just a kind of feels like just a wait on time before they really start to play aggressive in this lane or push both the Undying and the Bounty Hunter into precarious spots.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if they just keep farming. Simply because I think Ursa outscales the Abaddon carry, especially if you're having a good start. And then on the other side, you've got a Bat Rider who would love to play greedy. You know, you were hyping up Panto, and I fully agree. It's been awesome seeing this guy go from like the tier 2 teams breaking into this tier 1 scene. He has been a really impressive position 5. And ooh, is that our first
almost
blood?
got
Not
that kill
yet.
bottom. But again,
Barely
you TP to the tier 1 tower, and you're at this spot where, yeah, you've got the Lotus. He's going to have to ship him out some tangos, but that's not the best feeling in the world. And why that's happening, like, you've got Kiyotaka here who's sent the Leshrac all the way back to base. So Kiyotaka, he's going to get his 6 at a pretty decent timing where I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kiyotaka TP one of these side lanes and then just go for it.
who knows with Kiyotaka. Let's see what he does this game. He is one of those, you know, wild card, wrong team, but you know, he does some crazy stuff. It's why some people like him, some people don't, but it's always fun. But like you said, I do think you just hit 6 and start making plays. That sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Both mid laners do hit 6 around the same time. Leshrek's got his first. Let's see, does get the top rune, and Ember needs this creep wave. So I mean, if you can kill him here, that'd be amazing. But I imagine he just plays it safe till he gets his remnant, and then that'll be the end of your aggression. Here comes speed. They're gonna try to make it work.
Ooh, Kiyotaka's in some trouble, but he's got some help from Panto. Now the sleight of fist into the searing chains, and RCY is under the tier 1 tower. They've got the cookie, but the pulse is doing the work. Mira's gonna drop low and end up dying here. Panto might be next. They finally get RCY, but that is a high cost of business when you lose both supports. Give up the first blood to the opponent mid. And I mean, honestly, that is real good for Wildcard with the position they've been in their side lanes.
Yeah, I want to say that works out for Wildcard. It of course hurts to lose your Leshrac mid, but I do think you need these supports to get online, especially as we watch Fade here get taken down by Mira and Nightfall. You need these supports. I was hyping up their level 6s, and with the way the lanes were going, all right, it was looking like they were going to be slow to that, especially if this Wisdom Shrine gets stolen, but good priority here. Well, actually,
steals it.
Knocked him out.
Oh, that's so good here for Aurora, and if they can get these follow-up kills, that would be nice, but speed's also here. Here comes the Dawnbreaker for the Sword Guardian, and they've got the initial glimpse, so that'll send the Dawnbreaker back, but they got Bignum and Fade. They don't care. They got what they came for, and they got the Shrine.
Oh man, because they were stealing this shrine, Dawnbreaker just goes and secures her own, so she gets 6 off of that, and then immediately uses it over here. That is a huge win for Aurora, and what I thought was going to be Wildcard supports getting their level 6s, you know, starting to recover off that mid play, it now looks like they're going to be the ones a level or 2 behind Aurora, which is always a very painful place to be when you have a bounty hunter.
RCY, he's getting attacked by Kiyotaka, but they've got Bignum, and they might have themselves the lockdown and the kill. No, not quite, but Kiyotaka playing on a knife's edge. They bring Nightfall in, and what do you have to deter this Nightfall Ursa? Not much. RCY gets ripped apart. Bignum might be next. Sleight of Fist here and chains to get the lockdown. They've got the little shredder, but the Aphotic Shield comes in from Yamsun. They'll go to the glimpse. It's on a Nightfall, and he is in some trouble and in too far. There is no BKB for you, so you cannot TP out.
Both carries getting involved in the mid lane real quick. I did not have that on my bingo card. I want to say that still is okay. Yeah, of course. I could play 2 games at once, you know? I got to say, I think Aurora's going to be happy with that because Dawnbreaker is free farming up here, and she's an offlaner that scales really well. So if your Ursa does take a hit, you know, getting the mid kill but paying with his life, you're going to have this carry Dawnbreaker compared to the Undying, who is really just playing catch-up.
Yeah, it's not fun to play catch-up, especially if you're a fan of Mustard. And, I mean, this is all 3 cores on the side of Aurora, top of the net worth. Nightfall, like I said, dies. He's happy. He's fine. Dawnbreaker doing their thing. If you're Wildcard, you need this 6 on bounty, and he is still working on level 5. I mean, honestly, both supports would love to have this 6, but they are both getting to 5, which is just so tough. They're going to go for this Abaddon. Yamsun pops the borrowed time, but the Sands, they don't go that deep. And if they can get this lockdown, they'll get this kill with ease. And Nightfall even shows up into the fight. So down goes Yamsun, and they get this kill into the Abaddon. They do not lose Panto, who is playing aggressive onto these Wildcard heroes that were inside the jungle either.
No, this is good. They're slowing down the Abaddon. We mentioned if he has a good time, right, the Radiance can come out. He becomes a very early tempo carry. And the lane was going okay versus the Dawnbreaker, but now with these back-to-back plays, first in the mid lane, now in the top lane, right now that is Abaddon. Only 1,000 gold towards his Radiance, which means it is going to come quite late compared to the Battle Fury of the Ursa, which, yeah, he's still working on it too, but I imagine it comes several minutes before that Radiance.
It's looking like it, especially if Nightfall continues to get involved. He's 3-1 already. Not afraid to move over either.
Trying to up his aggressive rating on your little hexagon.
Yeah, I've got that over here. I need to go get a bingo card.
I'm playing bingo. You're playing. You're rating players.
I'm like a D&D DM over here. I'm rating players. I got their whole hexagon, their whole layout. Trying to make sure I've got everybody classed up. Sleight of fist searing chains, and look at this, just going for this bounty hunter who is slightly surviving and is living. That was close.
They're trying to give him the mid lane to get that level 6 online like we were talking about. Fleshrack off in the jungle so that you can give that mid lane over, but expecting that. They already have that sentry down, nearly got the kill. No kill, but you will take the mid tower first, which makes aggressive plays harder when you don't have these tier 1s to teleport to rotate, to play safely around. 4K gold lead already for Aurora.
Yeah.
That is pretty grim.
Nothing to grin about for the side of Wildcard. But it's tough. It gets talked about a lot, but when you take it the top tier 1 on the safe lane in the mid, you just have so much access to the other side of the map that all of a sudden, if you are Wildcard, your areas of safety just shrink so heavily. And Panto's just in. He's level 6, and he wants the lasso onto the Undying. He gets stunned up for a second. Scatterblast misses. They go to the Aphotic Shield on a fade, and Panto will leave with that. But he does force these heavy rotations, and honestly, there isn't really much here from Aurora yet. Toronto Tokyo can come in anytime. Kiyotaka's just farming. That's not big commitment when it comes to Aurora's lineup. 70-second cooldown now. Already it seems fine for them. It's 90 seconds at level 1, but at 70 now, there's nothing to really be upset about. You force rotations.
Exactly. Like, if we look at the minimap right now, we see Dawnbreaker alone top, but she has her ultimate available, so really anytime a fight breaks out anywhere, she's going to be there. So you're just continuing to out-efficiency Wildcard here. So Aurora is in an amazing spot. I gotta say, not too surprising. We expected it from the draft and just knowing the caliber of this team. But they're certainly putting it into practice, right? It's one thing to, know you're favored, but you gotta actually show why you're favored, and they're doing exactly that. I do think you have Static Storm now, finally. You have Track in who knows when, another minute or two, I hope, for the sake of NA fans. And that's kind of I don't want to say it's your last chance for this game, but you really need to get some track kills around Static Storm, which is still very strong, despite the lead Aurora has, right? They don't have BKBs yet, so Static Storm will still allow them to get these kills, and it could give them some very much needed recovery gold.
Nightfall's got this Battle Fury flying out, and you were talking about the difference in timings. Yamsun, he's still 2,700 gold away from having this Radiance. There's so much time between him getting that Radiance, and I honestly think the timing that it's going to end up being is Nightfall's got this next item, this Blink Dagger, before this Abaddon gets the Radiance online.
I mean, he might have more than that at the way this game's going. He might have his... Well, we'll see if it goes Basher or BKB. BKB is probably safer. But, if he wants to up his aggression score, Basher is probably the way to go.
You're not going to let me let that one go, are you?
No, I like it. I like it.
Okay,
he probably
cool.
He wants to change it, too. He's like, everyone keeps calling the Nightfall, BKB TPI. Like, I need a new image. I need something.
I need a marketing
the
team out
Basher,
here.
No BKB. I can't Nightfall if I don't have a BKB.
Good move by Toronto Tokyo. Just goes to the low ground, and they're going to try and secure this 14-minute shrine. And they should be able to get it, but there's a remnant in from Kiyotaka. Sleight of fist searing chains, and then he'll lock up this Undying. They go to the ulti from Toronto Tokyo, who gets a double kill immediately on the feed into Big Gnome. And now, who look for the rest? They hit the lasso. It's on Yamsun. Abaddon's going to be in a lot of trouble. He'll borrow some time, but there is not enough left from Justin Timberlake to really survive. Toronto Tokyo with a triple kill here, and if you understood the JT reference to a movie that was amazing, I'm so proud of you. But unfortunately, for the side of Wildcard, there is nothing there on that fight to pull away from.
This is why that play itself is a good idea, but why coming out of the lane strong and taking early towers is really important. Aurora was trying to make their own play into Wildcard's Wisdom Shrine. And actually, you can see here in this replay, immediately they all TP in to the tier 2 and the tier 1 tower. So they can kind of surround Wildcard, get the immediate fight they want. By the time Static Storm is out, it's a little too late already. And this is why if you have a good time, you take these towers, you build this early gold lead, these kind of plays are just more likely to work out in your favor, and you're going to continue to grow the gold lead. 8K now. Ooh, Bounty Hunter is on the enemy team.
Ooh, Mortimer's kisses. More like Mortimer's snowballs right there, and then Speed ends up dead, and Yamsun, he doesn't even have his borrowed time back yet. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Aurora's playing real fast. Oh, there's the blink for Ursa. Okay, he's got Battle Fury blink. We are at almost 3,000 gold towards the Radiant. So I actually think if he does go for Basher, he could finish it before if they continue to find kills like this. But he does have the BKB queued up. Maybe he likes the Nightfall. It's his signature move. How many other players have a signature move?
I don't know, but Toronto Tokyo with the ulti. No way he gets away with this one.
No way.
But
Are you kidding me?
No way. Come on, Toronto Tokyo. You had a sliver of health remaining, but the Ags just proving to be the end-all be-all item for this Dawnbreaker.
I thought for sure that was an overly hopeful. He's not even excited. He's just another play for Toronto Tokyo. He has the spark of courage, doing some serious work there. The bonus armor helping him out here to just 28 health at the very end there. Raindrop saves lives, magic wand, everything coming in there.
He can track them, but he can't kill them. He needs his team to start doing it. They need this gold. So now you've got the Aegis as well. That'll give him some more gold. It looks like he's going into the Basher. He's got it queued up now.
Change his mind. What do I need the BKB for?
I'll be safe with the Ags on Dawn anyway. The internal quandary of putting all your faith in your teammates. Something you can do in these games, but not your pubs.
I mean, you can do it. You might just get let down a little bit more often. All right, Wildcard. What can you find with this smoke?
Toronto, Tokyo.
You gotta find him. You gotta get the kill.
It's gotta start with Static Storm.
They never took this tier 1, so they can't progress further.
Oh, God.
Really good positioning from Toronto Tokyo, though. They suspect the smoke, immediately hides. There's 2 observers down here trying to find him, staying in the trees.
Smoke's broken. But again, it's got to start with Static Storm.
This, though?
Static Storm. All right, Kinetic Field. This might just be 1 kill. But it's a trap kill. They got the glimpse. Kiyotaka, though, he's still here. And, well, Toronto Tokyo's the only one dead so far. And that might be all they get. They're going to try and take the Tombstone. But Nightfall, he's got the track on him. The Cookie's going to go the other way. Sleight of Fist lands on a Bignum as well as Speed. Nightfall on the run for a second. Scatterblast, the turnaround. Nightfall going in. Aphotic Shield. That'll pop. Fade still alive. Still working with a decent amount of health, but here comes the Mortimer's Kisses. Nightfall down quite low, but he's got an Aegis. He doesn't really care if he loses that first life. He hasn't even done so yet, and Nightfall jumps right on top of Speed. He wants to go for the Disruptor. He'll find himself in the hands of Yamsun, and still has not lost his Aegis. Finally, a Shuriken Toss takes the first life. They'll hit the glimpse at a Kiyotaka, but Bignum, he'll be killed off by Panto. The TP attempt here from the Disruptor. Ooh.
I think he's going to make it.
That TP bar is long. I don't know.
Yeah, he's so dead. He's so
15
dead.
Health, guys.
He's literally burning right now. He's going to tick down. Yeah, this is why that dive onto Dawnbreaker is risky. I mean, they get the kill, all right? So, I mean, that's good. Toronto Tokyo is worth a lot of money, but it does put you in a pretty aggressive position for the rest of Aurora to TP in. And even without the full team, like I think Panto had to take the long walk over because his TP was on cooldown. The fight still drags on. They're able to get a winning trade here. It did cost you your Aegis, I suppose, but it was such an early Aegis. You don't even you weren't even expecting to use it to take towers. You're just like, yeah, why not? Let's just take Roche because we can, and I'll use it to farm up. The second Aegis is where they'll look to really close out this game. So getting this nice fight here with the first Aegis is perfectly fine for Nightfall, who has committed to the Basher now.
Do you
It's
think
gonna
we
be
have
dude. He
6
yeah.
minutes
Actually,
left?
I was kind of joking. He actually is gonna finish the Basher before this Radiance is done.
Oh gosh. Oh boy. That's
Do you think he can
Not-
finish the BKB?
that's pushing it, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not
I think
low of an
I think
MMR
you-
that's crazy.
I think you GG out if that happens.
Got my eyes on the inventory then. That is okay. I mean,
Can
We'll
Ursa
figure it
farm
out.
4,000 gold before Abaddon farms 1,000?
maybe. Let's do some math. Let's do some math. If I switch this
Oh, that's
to
not
GPM,
our strong suit, dude.
No, not my strong suit either. He's doubling the GPM just about, right? Just close enough, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
700,
maths,
620,
maths,
close.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
closest. But adding a couple of kills, and he might get that BKB. He's also queued up the recipe to buy BKB after buying that Mithril Hammer.
Yeah, so he changed his mind on us.
Interesting.
It looks like he's going back for
Yeah.
BKB. I think part of the reason he was doing it is because he had the Aegis for safety. So he's like, you know, I can get the Basher first. But now
Right.
that he lost his Aegis, he's like, okay, I'll get the BKB. Since they're looking really good, right? 15k up at 20 minutes. So really, you just need to not throw. Which is that this?
This might be a decent fight for the side of Wildcard, but the chase is on. Mira, they've gotten a glimpse, and this should be a kill. It's a trap kill. Anything they can get right now is something to be happy about. They're tracked on a Nightfall with a turnaround, looking for Bignum. No, the blink into the lasso. It's on RCY. They will get the Lashrak instead, and Nightfall, he is quick to pop this BKB, ready to go in on a Yam sub, but turns it around as the borrowed time ends up popping, and now Bignum, as well as Fade, is throwing the decays out there. They've got the Static Storm, no, on the enrage. Now the Solar Guardian drops down. That's going to heal up this Ursa more than they can do the damage from Wildcard. You've got Kiyotaka wrapping around this fight. He's got himself the remnants. He goes to the Searing Chains. He should be able to get the kill on a speed. He will. And now they look for the rest. Fade's in trouble. He falls too. Nightfall gets that one. It looks over at Bignum. It's a double kill for the Ursa. And the TP attempt with the Yules is there. And that is a kill and a full team wipe for the side of Aurora. That is Kiyotaka's Yules that stops that TP out.
Okay, but can he actually get to the BKB Basher now again? Are we back
I'm
on?
telling you.
Is he back on track to do this? He's 8-1-3
gold.
on Ursa. 400 gold or
He has to make 1,200.
1,200. But he's about to get the Tormentor.
All right. I see your math coming in.
And then 1 kill plus some farm?
They also have
Mark?
to, I think, kill the Abaddon's courier here.
Or the Abaddon.
Also true. This is a really Nightfall putting up some points.
I mean, it was a great pick, right? This is not to like think too far ahead, but I think upon reflecting on this game, no matter how it goes, this is the issue with revealing that the Undying offlane is paired with a Bounty Hunter. Aurora was able to look at that, know exactly what they're going to lane into, and Nightfall gets to say Ursa is going to outscale, and he's going to be perfectly fine in the lane. At least you're finding another kill on Toronto Tokyo, but here comes Nightfall with that BKB.
They just ready to go on RCY. They drop down a Tombstone, which they're going to rip up and get themselves an easy extra bit of gold here for Mira.
God, he's going to give that
700 for
to
the
Nightfall.
Sapphire.
He's got to get to his Basher.
He's not even going with the Basher anymore, by the way. And they've also got the lasso here onto this Bounty Hunter who can't do anything else but end up dead. And Nightfall, he has changed his mind again. No Basher. I'm going Nullifier.
Well, at least Abaddon has finished the Radiant, so we can no longer continue our
Comparison.
benchmark pushing. We were pushing that the goalpost on that. This is the issue with Abaddon carry. If you have a good time in lane, you are very hard to deal with. But when you fall behind, you are not a fast farming hero who needs to get to a Radiance. And this is exactly what happens. I do think Wildcard draft kind of hurt them here. Disruptor is not a strong support. You paired it with the carry who needed to have a good start. Speaking of not being very strong, solo killed here by Kiyotaka. And then
Not
also
fun.
revealing your other side lane means that the mid matchup was fine, right? Like that one was good, but then both side lanes really struggled. And once you're winning the side lanes, you can go, all right, I'm free. What can I do? I can go help my mid laner out. And that's exactly what they did. They came and got this Ember back on track. And since then, they've just nonstop run around. They're about to hit 1,000 gold gained over the enemy team per minute. That's usually a guaranteed death sentence when your advantage equals the time.
Yeah, 1K per minute is just not fun to deal with. Searing Chains, there's the Aphotic Shield. Was kind of waiting on that. There's an Amplify damage up in the top area of the river. And Ursa just about has this Nullifier. Just needs 300 more gold and will have that Helm of the Iron Will and finishing off that Nullifier ready to go. Pipe, finish for Dawn too. Like, I don't even know where you get your damage from. Like, there's just so much healing and protection from Toronto, Tokyo. And the lack of control is just scary.
Yeah, you need Static Storm to get kills, but now that BKB is done on Ursa, like, he's out of the picture. So it's got to be Ember or Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker's going to sit far back, right? So she is not caught, and she can ult in plus pipe to save whoever is caught in the Static Storm, which should really just be Ember at this point, who is also pretty survivable because he is very farmed. It's got that Mage Slayer to reduce all the damage. They're trying to wrap around, but great positioning from Aurora.
Uh-oh. That is not where they wanted that to really end up for them. Yakutou is tracked up. They're going to pop that ult on Fade, but then the cookie away for Toronto, Tokyo. They hit the lasso. It's going to be onto the Undying, who really won't have a chance to survive. And now the chase is on for the rest of the team. The Sleight of Fist comes through. They go to the Yules, and Speed's going to try and throw down a Static Storm to save the rest of his team, and it maybe did so, but there is a remnant off to the side. Can they find Yamsun? No. He TP's away. But are the rest so fortunate? RCY hiding within the trees and able to juke his way to, at least for now, more life.
Trying to find something here. It's a little desperate, but they're in a very desperate situation.
RCY, Big Gnome, there is the ult coming in for the Dawnbreaker, and they've got the Spirit Vessel onto the Batrider, but it just does not matter. Panto's not going to die. RCY is next, and that is going to be another kill here for Kiyotaka, who is godlike. This is brutal. And Aurora just doing everything right. Now they have surpassed the 1K per minute marker. This is just leading towards a potential next Roche, which they don't even need, but Nightfall even just backs up and just takes it, right?
Yeah, you close us out safely at this point. They don't know they've passed the 1K per minute marker, you know? So they're going to get Roche. The banner will allow you to push safely. Which you could probably force at this point if we're being real, but you're a professional team playing at TI. You're going to go through the proper steps to close this one out.
Thank you for the Aegis. Thank you for the banner. Giving the Aegis over to Kiyotaka. Guess Nightfall doesn't think he's going to die, which
the way the
I
game's
feel like
going
is kind of right. They've left the banner there.
Guys. Someone get the banner.
Oh, no, they're getting
okay,
it.
they know.
Heroes
They communicated it. He's on the way.
Not the quickest of heroes. Although 345 is not the slowest either.
Now, Mortimer does his best.
His best is great. Mortimer is #1 in my eyes. Big No moving forward, and Scatterblast hits on a Yamsun. Cookie to the back lines immediately onto the Disruptor, who is just not going to have a chance here to really get off much, because he's also got Kiyotaka on him to get the Kona Big Gnome to look over at Yamsun, who's already popped the borrowed time. Mortimer's Kiss is flying through, faded with that Nullifier. They hit the lasso, and Dying is caught, and that will be 3 heroes down on the side of Wildcard as Aurora roaring forward and not really giving Wildcard a chance to play their hand.
Now, once you lose the Disruptor, you have to have Static Storm in these fights to have any chance whatsoever. So as soon as you run into the supports, that is perfect for Aurora. They even have the gem onto... Actually, where did they pass it off? I thought the Batrider had it originally. Now it's on Ember Spirit. So, I mean, you can see these. these invis heroes sneaking around trying to find whatever fight they can. You know, you just need like any pick off, but Aurora is not giving it to them. 31-7 right now, which I think it's been a while since we saw the last kill. How long has it been since they lost someone? I think around 22 minutes they killed Dawnbreaker on that dive bottom.
Worth a lot of gold. It's just
worth a lot
money in
of
the
gold.
bank. It's investment. Get them to these godlike sprees and then take the investment
Take the money back. True. Even pro teams can throw on high ground. That's what you're telling yourself right now. That's the team comms. I'm actually leaking them right now. Don't worry, guys. We've got them exactly where we want them. I mean, this is C-Stream. If we're following the trend, we've barely made it past the early game. We've got like 30 more minutes to go, so...
Don't say such a thing. Remnant into the searing chains with that chain gang. And they've got Yamson who popped the borrow. Time to get out of the lasso. And the scatter blast hits and Bignum's dead. I don't even know if he knows what hit him. Now go for speed and Kiyotaka's just in. The Mortimer's Kiss is flying through once again. More so a deterrent in its usage this time around, and RCY is going to be sitting up top, not near where this fight might break out over mid, but a Remnant and this Axe is going to make sure that RCY doesn't feel safe that close to these fights. And
I don't think he
GG's gonna
feels
be
safe
called a
anywhere.
little anticlimactically, but Aurora, they take game 1 in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it probably happened earlier. I think both teams know the true victory happened earlier, but